Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on another great video here. Anyway, 65 Shelby, what we call the AC Cobra. You know, there's different iterations of these cars. Some are inexpensive, some are ridiculously expensive. And the fact that this car is copied in those kinds of levels lets you know that this is truly like an American icon. And in this case here, this is a very well-built, professionally built, not built by somebody in their garage whose first time was doing it. And some of the best money that you could spend on parts is loaded up in this car. So let's take a walk around for a second. You know, these cars don't come painted, so paint is an important aspect that you should ask about. These stripes right here, for instance, these are called rookie stripes, and typically if you're a rookie racing, you'd have to wear these until you qualified to the next level. These are taped, so they peel right off. And I just want to show you some of this too, because this is the fluorescent lights. I want to show you the quality of the paint in here. It's a great color, but not only is it a great color, it's beautifully done paint too. Look how deep that is. Stainless steel rivets around here. All the pieces are either stainless or triple chrome. These are quick jacks, and the way the quick jacks work, a lot of people know, some people don't, is there would be a bar that would come across with some handles up here. And during racing, when you'd pull into the pits, they'd put the bar in there, push the bar down, it would lift the front end up, off the wheels would come, 2 more sets of wheels on, bam. This way you knocked out both sides of the car without having to jack up one side, then go the other side, and back and forth. So it was really a great idea. All right, let's take a peek where some money was spent. We talked about the paint, which was money spent there. Now let's talk about things like the drivetrain. It's a factory motor. It's a factory Ford crate motor, 347 stroker. I looked on the website for Ford itself. I looked at the details. And the carbureted versions run around 450 horsepower. This one here has a Trac-Loc fuel injection with a giant 70 millimeter mass airflow sensor of a VDK. And as we look around, there's a lot of great parts. I won't spend days and days going over every little thing, but everything in here is top of the line parts. The cool thing about this is that with the steel block, but aluminum heads, aluminum fuel injection, and things like that, this package doesn't weigh a whole lot. And we're talking probably close to 500 horsepower. And a tiny package typically would be double the weight to get that out of the big block engines like a 427 or something like that. So that's why people like these, and then they upgrade themselves to, I'm getting off track, but upgrade themselves to the big brakes and the big 17-inch tires, because then you can get some tires that have some performance. The 15-inch tires have so much sidewall on them that they flex a lot and the car doesn't really handle as well. These right here are designed to handle really well. But let's keep looking under here for a minute, okay? Nicely detailed and polished here. Big giant radiator with electric fan. This is nice too, remote oil filter, okay? Easy to get to. Rack and pinion steering for super fast steering. All that's polished inside there, polished under here. Just nice little details. That's the stuff you're looking for when you're buying a car. So we look around a little bit more. For instance, like a nice roll hoop with a headrest. The headrest can come off if you don't like it. It has seat belts for shoulder as well as for lap, and when we get in the car, we'll kind of look at that stuff too. We have the quick jacks back here again. We also have the purple dots for the lenses, which make it look really cool at night. All right? Here inside is actually a functional trunk. I wanted you to see this. This is all polished. Look how nicely it's all done in here too. Come on in and take a peek. Everything's riveted. If we could, I'd like Justin, if you could, Justin, come on down here for a second. I'd like to be able to see how gorgeous it is under here. The suspension's fully adjustable for height. Looks like compression and dampening. Super heavy duty rear. Look at the size of the tubes of the frame. That's probably 3 times the size of the original factory tube that came on it. Big fat tires, all tucked inside. This car handles well, is fast, and just an awesome piece. You talk about great muscle cars, like this is that combination of muscle and sports cars. And this is nice too, because at 6'1", you know, these cars can be a little bit tight. This one here has the bigger foot box in it. So what happens is, has a regular floor like goes over here, okay? But then all the way down, it drops another 2 or 3 inches to give you a little more foot room for people with big feet like myself. Like I got a 13 or 12, and it just works out a lot better. This is kind of cool. Turn signals are here. Full gauges, okay? This car's showing 2,625 miles since it was built. The black in here is very nice. Extra fans if you want them on. Fire extinguisher here. This has got the correct shifter so that it bends forward. If the shifter sat up where it was supposed to sit, okay, that's first gear where it is right now. Second gear, you'd hit your arm every time. So that's why they had to bend the shifter forward. A lot of you guys know that. It's got reverse lockout too, which I think is, I don't know, it's kind of cool. Got a cool little ray dot mirror right there in the middle. One more over here on the side. Wind wings and visors. Great looking stainless and wood wheel. It's a real wood wheel, real stainless, and nicely done and nicely prepared. You know, part of the build of the car we talked about the engine. You know, and the engine's probably, you know, $6,000, $7,000. The fuel injection system here is probably $4,000 by the time you tune it and do all the good stuff. And the reason why it's so nice, first off, it makes balanced power all the way across versus the carburetor. And the other thing too is, you know, when you hit the key, there's no pumping the gas, no waiting, no nothing. It starts right up, settles down to a nice idle. I just wanted you to hear what it sounded like. The fuel injection is nice because you just start the car and off you go. What's cool too is you don't really have to drive these things hard. First off, they're wicked fast because they don't weigh anything. But secondly, they're just as great to cruise and have people just check out because everybody loves these cars. You know, you get a million thumbs up about them because, I don't know, there's just something about these cars. It is what it is. And the fact that the real ones are selling for $1 million plus makes these a great buy. Listen to that motor, man. Factory 347 stroker, nice cam, roller motor. The Tric-Flow fuel injection system's nice. I hit the key, I didn't have to wait for anything to warm up. It was awesome. The 5-speed, we can be cruising along. You know, we're only in third gear, it's 40. But in fifth gear, it's beautiful on the highway. The car quiets down a lot. You know, there's talks of 20 plus miles to the gallon, which is, I don't know, an added bonus. And the fact that you can drive this car someplace and have some fun. Matter of fact, listen how much quieter it gets when it's in gear. You can almost barely hear it, just idling along. That's fifth gear. Anyway, I just thought that a test drive, you know, without me by myself. It's nice to have somebody along for the ride. If you can find a way to get this car in your driveway and in your garage, you will not be disappointed. You know, in closing up these cars, this is all about the look of the car. The car looks great. I'm kind of standing here ruining the look of the car. I just like to tell you what are the details in it and what you're really getting as far as the build goes. In this case here, this car's got a price in the 30s and probably 60,000 in receipts spent on it to get it to this level. So if you can find some way to get this cool car in your garage, you know, do whatever you can. Anyway, call us 301-816-1000 and we'll tell you all about it.